He's just like a flower in bloom. He's at that perfect stage in which he is hermaphroditic. That is to say, he is neither all male nor all female. Not that anybody is, of course. Everybody is some mixture of those two characteristics, but he is at the moment in that wonderful limbo between being a child and being an adolescent. That is, he is certainly an adolescent at this point, but he still has this kind of soft, feminine grace.
In this creepy, sleepy, backward town, the monsters gather all around. Stay awake. Stay awake.
This is a true story of a 15-year-old boy who met a 43-year-old predator online. These encounters warped his mind so much that he ended up and murdering 11-year-old boy. Viewer discretion is advised, as this case does involve SA and the death of a minor. Hello, welcome to the Murder She Shed, the place where I tell rarely told true crime right from my she shed. Make sure you smash that like and subscribe button in order to help a girl out in this big YouTube world. I mean, a girl can get lost in here, and I often do. Nerds should help nerds out. So, just make sure you smash it. Now let's travel to Jackson Township, New Jersey, to a modest home in a middle-class suburb where 15-year-old Sam Manzie lived with his parents, Nick and Dolores Manzie, and his older sister. Sam could often be seen in his dark bedroom typing on his computer. While on his computer chatting to others, he no longer felt lonely, and he entered a world where others felt as confused and desperate as he felt. Sam was a loner who was bullied at school. The kids at school called him Manzie the Pansy. He would also often have dark fantasies which scared him. Maybe an incident as a toddler messed up his mind. When Sam was a toddler, he attended a daycare where the teacher had put a bag over his head and possibly SI'd him. It is his first memory, and so it is hard for him to recall all the details. When Sam was 6, his father found a large carving knife in his backpack, and Sam wouldn't say why he had actually put it in his bag. By the time Sam was in 8th grade, he would hide in the bathroom and hope a 4th grader boy who he had become infatuated with would come in so he could SI him. At around the same age, Sam molested a 3-year-old he had been babysitting and made him drink cleaning fluid. Also around this time, the family computer was given to Sam so he could put it in his bedroom. This caused Sam to retreat more into himself, never leaving that dark room. This was 1996 when AOL and chat rooms were a big thing. Sam loved the Smashing Pumpkins rock band and created a MySpace account talking about his love of this band. Supposedly, Sam felt he was gay, but suspected also that his parents would not accept this. So he sought for contacts on the internet and a chat site for gay boys. This is when Sam met a t-shirt maker, 43-year-old Stephen Simmons. AOL became a place for predators to hide and disguise themselves as children, and Stephen Simmons was one of those predators. He was among the group of predators that celebrated NAMBULA, or otherwise known as the North American Man-Boy Love Association. They believe that adult men have a right to be in a sexual relationship with children. There was actually a documentary made about NAMBULA, which is called Chicken Hawk, I believe. It's about a group of men that discuss their feelings, and it's very disturbing. Actually, I started my video off with a piece of that. This is a very disturbing group. I don't even suggest you watch that documentary. It's so disturbing how they feel. They feel that it's okay for them to touch these boys and do things with these boys. Or children, girls too. It's just a disturbing documentary. It is on YouTube. I don't advise you watch it. They call it chicken hogs because apparently, and I didn't know this till I seen this documentary, that they're called chicken hawks because they prey on, the children, but I guess because It's a predator and a prey. I guess that's why they call it chicken hawks. I don't know. It was just a disturbing documentary. And that's just a side note. I don't know where all that came from. Stefan would go online and groom boys that were just lonely, just like Sam. Felt unwanted, unloved, and just was dying from attention. This is how he was able to groom these boys, because they just wanted attention. And Sam was one of those boys. Stefan felt that he was being a mentor to these boys. And if they were accepting to his advancements, then he had every right to take advantage of the boys. So after Stefan met Sam online, the grooming process instantly began. And within the month, Stefan had asked 14-year-old Sam to meet him at the mall. Sam asked his dad if he could drop him off at the mall to watch a movie. And Sam's dad was just happy he was finally leaving that dark bedroom, so he agreed. When it got late and Sam couldn't be found by his parents in the mall, they decided to call the police. At that exact time, they were searching for their 14-year-old son. He was being by Stefan and his 59-year-old lover inside of his Long Island home. The next morning, Stefan dropped Sam off at Barnes & Noble's bookstore, and Sam called his frantic parents to come get him. Sam had realized that he actually enjoyed this encounter, as it had been one of his dark fantasies to be raped by a much older man. He just told his parents that he had spent the night in the woods, although they did not believe this story. The next encounter Sam and Stefan had was at a motel room, where Stefan gave Sam a cat tranquilizer and took nude pictures of him afterwards. He then proceeded to essay him again. On the third encounter together, Stefan told Sam that he had a 10-year-old son, which he also molested. He asked Sam if he would have a threesome with him and his own son. He is such a sick, sick monster. At some point, Sam's fantasies even began to creep Stefan out. And you know, if you can creep out, you must be beyond evil, especially this, because he is disgusting. Well, I guess they all are, but with your own son, that is just takes it to a whole new level. Sam started telling Stefan about just very disturbing things, his fantasies about young boys torturing them, essaying them, torturing animals, reality, just taking evil to a whole new plane. Sam also had an increasing violence against his parents, so they began making Sam see a psychiatrist. He was diagnosed with depression and given a script for Paxil. Sam's parents discovered the many calls made from an unknown number. And so his dad decided, I'm going to call that number and find out why Sam's getting all these calls. And when the man answered, the man said his name was Stefan. And his father realized it was a grown man that answered the phone. And he said, why are you communicating with my son? And Stefan said, well, he helps me with my computer, was the quickest thing he could think of. And his dad didn't believe the story. And he told him, you better not call my son anymore. It better stop. Not long after that, Sam sent a picture of himself to Stefan's work. And it almost cost Stefan his job. Between that and the parents getting fishy about the situation, Stefan decided it was time to call things off with Sam. But that angered Sam because, by now he kind of fell in love with the older man. Sick love, nonetheless, but he had been groomed so much, he didn't understand that this was wrong. He was just mad at him and he wanted revenge at that point. So he just went and told his parents about all the abuse that had occurred. And they encouraged Sam to tell his story to the police, which he did. On August 29, 1997, police showed up at Stephen Simmons' home with a search warrant, confiscated his computer and child images, including ones with Sam in them. Sam's parents also turned his computer over to the police. Sam was supposed to help set up a sting by calling Stefan up and getting him to say incriminating things, and then see if he could get the to meet him somewhere. Sam told the police that he'd fully cooperate, but then he ended up tearing up the recording equipment the police had taken to his house and tipped off Stefan. Meanwhile, Sam's violence increased at home. He was smashing holes in walls, starting fires, and torturing his family pets. His parents could take no more and wanted Sam to be admitted into a mental facility. After only a few days in the facility, Sam was released to come back home on September 23rd, but his parents knew that Sam needed further help, so they were already looking to put him in a new facility, but discovered financially they could not afford anything else. They were sent to court because they refused to get Sam from this older mental facility because they said he needed more help. So they were sent to court, where they were forced to take Sam back to their home, even though they feared for their life. The judge told Sam's parents that they needed therapy along with their now 15-year-old son. On September 24th, Stephen Simmons was arrested and Sam was sent back home to live with his parents. 3 days later, 11-year-old boy would be dead. Eddie Peter Werner Jr., Eddie as his parents called him, was born to Valerie and Edward Werner in Jackson Township. Eddie had 3 young siblings. Eddie, who was born Christmas Day, loved to go to Mass and had recently, at 11 years old, decided to take a more active role in the church's religious education program. Eddie loved to read any book he could get his hands on and loved to cut up and just make people laugh at him. On September 27, 1997, Eddie had it set in his heart to win a pair of walkie-talkies for selling the most candy for his school. Him and a friend had left out walking as soon as the sun had come up that morning in order to get the most candy sales that day. By the time the afternoon had rolled around, Eddie had $200 in his pockets from the candy sales. It was 5 and his friend was ready to go home and eat dinner, but Eddie wanted more sales before he ended his day. So they parted ways. His next stop would be at Sam Manzie's house, and Sam's parents was not at home. Eddie knocked on the door, eager to sell another candy bar. But instead, the door was opened by a grouchy teen who seemed bored and mad because he had to answer the door. Eddie was 4 feet 10 inches tall and weighed only 70 pounds. But the teen that answered the door, Sam, weighed 150 pounds and was 6 feet tall. Sam told Eddie, "I don't want anything." And as Eddie began to walk away, Sam began to have evil thoughts of what he could do to this boy. Sam observed Eddie dressed in solid black, and this appealed to him. He said to Eddie, "Wait, kid, I changed my mind. Come on back." Eddie walked back to the front door, and Sam invited him inside. Eddie seemed unsure if he should enter the home, but he really wanted to sell more candy. As Eddie entered, Sam locked the door behind him. This caused Eddie to panic. As he attempted to leave, Sam grabbed him and half carried and half dragged him upstairs to his bedroom. Sam's huge size made it impossible for the small boy to escape. Once upstairs, Sam put on a Smashing Pumpkins record, tried to calm down Eddie. Eddie told Sam, "I will do anything you want if you just let me go." Sam picked Eddie up and put him on his bed, where he undressed him and tried to force OS on him. When Eddie didn't comply, he told him to lay on the floor face down. Then he took his alarm clock cord and wrapped it around Eddie's neck. He pulled the cord tightly around Eddie's neck as he began to rape him. He continued to choke and essay Eddie for about 40 minutes. Then he got up, kicked him, stepped on him to make sure he was dead. Sam then grabbed his Polaroid camera and began taking pictures of the now deceased boy. He now realized it wasn't going to be long until his parents returned home, so he had to get rid of the body. Found a large suitcase and folded Eddie's body into it and then zipped it shut. He knew his parents wouldn't go outside on the back deck when they came home, so he just set the suitcase out there on the deck until they went to bed. Then after they went to bed, he grabbed the suitcase and carried it to a wooded area near his home. He opened the suitcase and just dumped Eddie's body near a small stream. He actually stuck his finger inside of Eddie's mouth before he left to make sure his fantasy was real. On September 29th, through the help of search dog, his body was located. Eddie's little body actually had a footprint on his back where Sam had stepped on him. Sam Manzie was sentenced to 70 years in prison and will be up for parole in 2027 when Sam is 45 years old. Sam's abuser, Stephen Simmons, only received 5 years in prison. Sam refused to testify against Stephen, saying only that he was a positive male role model. It's so disturbing that he warped this boy so much that he became just like him, only worse, only worse. This little boy, Eddie, lost his life because of 2 evil monsters that came into it. Uh-oh. Four-wheeler must be coming out. Simon's throwing a fit. Yeah, I hear it. At least I'm finished recording when that happened. Sorry about that. Well, I was almost finished recording. I was going to say one more thing. What I was going to say is, may you rest in peace, Eddie Werner. I don't think we're going to get Simon in here to say bye to us now that the four-wheeler has come out of the shed. I can try, but I'm second to a four-wheeler. His true love is a four-wheeler. I am second to that. I accept that. I'm okay with that. Just what it is. If you're new to this channel, Simon's my German Shepherd, and he's obsessed with four-wheelers. We have to ride like 2 or 3 times a day, or he's just not a happy camper. Let me see if I can get him. I'll try to get him to say bye to you. Here he comes. I hear him coming. There he is. You look like it scared you when you came in. Come up here and tell him bye. Quit worrying about that four-wheeler and get your butt up here and tell him bye. Say bye, we love you. We'll see you next time at the murder she shed. Really? Really? You can't say bye without thinking about a four-wheeler. Okay. That's your bye? Okay, give them away. Here, say bye. Yeah, there you go. Say bye. Wave. Okay, that's the best you're going to do. It's more interesting than four-wheeler, so we're going to go see about that right now. There comes Max. That's Max, my other dog. You want to tell him bye too, Max? Say bye. We love you. Yeah, Simon doesn't like the attention Max gets. You don't want the murder she shed people to give. Maybe you don't care right now. He's more interested in this four-wheeler. It's like, I'm back to the four-wheeler, Mom. I'm done with you. All right. See you later. Bye.